Hi everybody, Mattias here. Today I have the pleasure to try out the new iLoud MTM mk2 from Multimedia. Now, if you saw my previous video on the ARC system, the iLoud MTM now come with the ARC system, room correction system, built into the speakers. A big thank you to Multimedia for sponsoring my channel with a set of iLoud speakers. That said, they have no say over what I do or what I say here in the video. Right, so without further ado, let's get these babies set up here in the studio so we can check out the features and hear how they sound. Let's take the tour. Yeah, so it's super quick unboxing. Okay, so let's get a little close-up here of the iLoud MTM speakers. You can see it's a quite small and sleek design on these. And as you might expect from a near-field, small portable monitor, great for the home recording studio and smaller studios. And you also get this 20 degrees tiltable stand, which is quite sweet. And let's look at the connection points here. We have the USB, there's input for the ARC profiling or calibration microphone, XLR inputs, we have a volume knob, and some different options to control the low end of the speaker. Finally, the power cable input and the power button. Right, so time to disconnect my old speakers and hook up the iLoud MTMs and make some calibration. Yeah, so I've connected all the USB, power and the calibration microphone, and we run the X monitor application. And we make sure to select the left speaker and the right speaker. And I'm just gonna play some music here. Now let's hook up the ARC calibration microphone. Next up, we need to run the calibration separately for the left and right speakers. So let's press next here, and this is going to be a really annoying sound, so I'm going to keep the volume quite low for the calibration. The calibration process is quite straightforward. You just need to capture a sine sweep at 4 different locations. With the first profile captured, we can see the before and the after curve. In green we have before, and you can see it's like all over the place. And then in orange we have after the calibration. And it's a much more linear response. And like I mentioned, you need to do this separately for the left and the right speaker. And although it's a quite quick process, I do recommend that you use some kind of ear protection. Okay, so with the calibration done, it's time for a listening party, and I'm also gonna compare the iLouds with my KRK Rokit 8 speakers. Listening is always subjective, and I talked about this many times before, and this is by no means a perfect auditorium or the perfect place for audio, but it's at the second floor. I have slanted ceilings, so it prevents build-ups and standing waves. But I do have plenty of acoustic panels here in the room at the well-placed locations to further enhance the sound. And I actually like the sound of this room because it's a big room, so you get a big sound. Right, so the iLoud MTM mk2 sounds very natural and flat to me. And we can always flip between these different profiles to get like more bass or less bass. But overall with this captured profile, I feel that the sound is very, very sweet and nice and sound very well balanced to my ears. I did some A/B comparison with my KRK Rokit 8s, and I feel that the iLoud MTMs really stands up to these bigger monitors in terms of the low-end region and also the high-frequency response. And for your info, I did deactivate Arc Studio on my KRK to make like a fair comparison between like a normal speaker or a normal monitor and the iLoud MTM mk2s. Right, so to be fair, I'm gonna keep the iLouds, and I just need to place them a little bit better here on the table because I need a lot of room because I have plenty of keyboards and different gear that I swap on the table from time to time. So I need plenty of space. So my conclusion here, it's a very great design, very simple to set up. It's really great that we have the Arc Studio built into the speakers instead of needing like an external device to handle the room correction. Right, so IK Multimedia offers the iLoud MTM in a few different variations. First we can buy a single speaker setup, and you always get this calibration microphone. And of course you can buy it in a pair. And they also offer this immersive bundle with an 11 speaker setup. Right, so that's my conclusion on the iLouds. And again, sound is very subjective, but to me they sound extremely natural. And if you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. And if you decide to buy the iLoud's MTM mk2, you can always use my affiliate links in the description, and that way you also support my work here on YouTube. Right, so my name is Mattias, thanks for watching today, and see you in the next video. Bye!